All right, kids, here we go. So I've got a new toy. I have the new Mackie DLZ Creator, which is sort of an interface slash mixer that's geared at podcasters. I don't really think that there's anything that I need to add. I think there's enough videos and stuff. I don't think that the internet needs another review. But what I am going to be using it for is I have a hunch that I'm going to be able to use it for network television. So I'm actually going to use it for some of the programming that I'm doing for NBC Sports and for the Fox and CBS stations that are running some of Skycron's shows. And the first thing I'm actually going to test it on is the underground boxing that we do at the New Line Boxing Club. And I'm going to have two Sportscaster headsets going into it with the auto mix, which is one of the main reasons that I bought it. And then we're going to have the overhead audio of the actual boxing match going in just for excitement. And this was actually some feedback that was given to me by one of my friends and colleagues at one of the Fox stations that runs our programming. And I just have a funny feeling that it's going to work out really well. The other thing that I'm going to do with it is I am going to test it by filming our multicam interviews that sometimes show up in Go Nitro, using this for audio as well. So everybody's lavs will go into the DLZ, and then the 3 cameras will go into the switcher, and then the audio from the DLZ will go into the Ninja 5, which will also have basically the input or output, I should say, from the switcher. So I just have this hunch that this is going to be a real game changer. I'll tag Mackie. I don't really know if they're going to give 2 craps about what I'm doing. But for those of you that, I don't know, maybe they will. But for those of you that might be curious as to whether the DLZ can do a little bit more than just online mixing, like online sort of streaming and that sort of thing, I'm actually about to put it through its paces. And I'm planning on doing a series and chronicling as I'm sort of getting used to it and how it fits in the production setup. Now, let's take a look at what the Mackie DLZ Creator is not. It's not something that is going to replace a 48-channel mixing board. This is not something that you're going to use for, you know, a major NFL game where you need to have all these channels for ESPN, right? It's not. First of all, you don't have enough inputs. That's not really what I'm looking at this. But what I am looking at it is for events where we have to be mobile. So boxing is really good. Wrestling is really good. Basketball is really good because you don't have a whole lot of audio really that's going back and forth. I mean, obviously you want to hear your play-by-play. You want to hear, obviously the commentary as well. And you also want to be able to hear and control the audio from just the game audio from the overhead mics. And for confined stuff like that, it works really well because you only are going to be hearing 1 or 2 people at any given time. And you're only going to be hearing, like obviously there'll be music and stuff, but it's nice to kind of have everything in one channel. And I'm actually planning on doing a video series just chronicling how that goes and my experiences as to what I feel works really well and what I feel does not work all that well. The other thing that I actually just kind of wanted to add is that, there's a little fly here. I just crushed him. Oh, well, that's the end of him. Is the quality of the audio is quite good. In fact, I'm actually using the DLZ right now. Now, of course, I'm just wearing a headset mic, so the quality is not going to be fantastic, right? Because it's a headset mic, and I have a gain, and perhaps I have the noise gate a little too aggressive. But I do not have it on the audio channels. So before, when I wanted to do music, I had to kind of pull stuff and then mix and match and get everything into my Focusrite interface. And I couldn't just really turn on music and go. You either couldn't see me or you couldn't hear me, but you could hear the music, or you could hear the music and you couldn't hear me. And I just kind of wanted to have sort of a semi-permanent setup that I could turn it on and just be done with it. But my initial thoughts are that the quality is quite good. Right now, if I were to, actually what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to turn the I'm actually going to mute my MPC's channel so that you can only hear the Prophet 5. So my beautiful Prophet 5 right here, courtesy of Sequential. This is my favorite synthesizer of all the ones that I have, and it's quite nice. Oops. So I don't really have any, right now I don't have any effects on it, but so it's quite clean. And the other thing that we'll do is we'll just put some effects on it. So just so that you're not hearing this sort of crappy mic. By the way, I'm also going to get a decent set of headphones because these sort of gave up the ghost. I can hear okay, but the cups are coming out. And maybe try and find some replacements. So let's turn some effects on here. There we go. So I'm actually just using this little, I'm actually just using the onboard effects, which are actually surprisingly good. This is the same patch, same preset patch. Try another patch. This is nice. Has a little bit of low end. Yeah, so I think it sounds pretty good. And the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to unmute my MPC1. And now I'm going to mute the Prophet 5 because I'm actually using my Prophet 5 as a controller. So this is the MPC1 actually. A lot of really nice separation here. It's really quite nice, in my opinion, anyway. So yeah. Anyway, awkward pause. Hopefully you like that one. If you have not, please consider subscribing. Well, actually, don't consider. Hit the subscribe button right